Welcome to Brisbane IT and Consulting Solutions. Today we'll be discussing emails and email clients. What are emails and why are they used? Types of free webmail, why we use webmail, advantages and disadvantages of webmail, setting up Gmail, setting up Thunderbird, and tweaking with some of the settings for Thunderbird. Okay, some more resources can be found here or at our website, BITCS.com.au. So we'll just fire up our web browser, doesn't matter which one you use. And we have our own website, bitcs.com.au, so feel free to browse that at any time. All of the information and tutorials will be updated on there regularly. We also have forums and a lot of other things. Right, as Google defines emails, electronic mail, often abbreviated email, is a method of exchanging digital messages. Alrighty, so that's what an email is and what a webmail is. Webmail is basically an email that is accessed through your web browser as opposed to accessing it through a desktop email. In this tutorial today we'll be discussing how to set up both. And the email system we're going to be using will be Gmail, and that is a system provided by Google. It's completely free and has over 7 gigabytes of storage, so it's quite large. So first off we need to go to gmail.com, and as you have a note here, it's up to 7.4 gigabytes in size, so you have 4 spaces you can place a stick at. Alright, so we can create our account here on the bottom right hand side of the page. So I'll show you one thing that is free and it's easy. So don't have to worry about it costing you anything. So first off we need to create an account. So enter your first name, your last name, and your desired login name. So this could be anything, which will also become your email address. Just to check that it's available, and you'll need to choose a password. Don't put something stupid like password because it's going to come up weak and it's going to be easily cracked. So you want something with letters and numbers, and possibly a symbol if you want to be that secure. Good idea could be to say not signed in, and you don't want to enable your web history as well, just for privacy reasons. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to allow Google to be my default homepage. Most good websites will ask you for a security question to reset your password. I like to write my own question if it's available, therefore it's custom and it's not likely to get broken or guessed. So my question will be, what is my favourite t-shirt? And the answer to that will be my Porsche t-shirt. Right. You also need a recovery email, so an old email address, whether you have it Hotmail, Gmail, a work email, anything at all, just to verify your account. And have a guess at the word verification. If you get it wrong, you're going to have to reset your password again. Most of the time it will read and accept. It'll take a few seconds for it to create the account, and then you'll be redirected into your first account. So it's going to show me my account. Some information out of buzz that we just need to go is just go to my inbox, it will load your account, and this is Gmail. Okay, this is what we call webmail access. It could be viewed in any computer as long as it has internet access. And as you can see, there's 3 emails there from the Gmail team allowing me to see what Gmail has to offer and what's available. So I'm just going to get rid of them. Right, so we've discussed on what webmail is, what are the advantages and disadvantages. Right, so if we just go to gmail.com again, you can sign in with your username. Doesn't need an @gmail.com, just put your first username and your password. It's pretty important not to allow it to remember your password. This is security reasons, just in case you share your computer with anyone else. And I've just sent myself an email, so that's what an email will come up like in the web browser. Depending on where the email comes from, it'll show you details and information about that. Okay, so now we need to download our email client. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using Thunderbird. It's a free email client that can be used on your desktop, and it can be found at thunderbird.com/download. Good idea to download the British version. The American version will change all your S's to Z, so it'll be realized rather than realized. Select download, and you want to save it to your desktop or preferred folder. It's up to you. Right, so once it's finished downloading, just click to open the file. Take a little while to do a checksum on the file, make sure it's right. Hit run. Right, so we want to run this application. We'll go through extracting the files to the directory. You want to allow it to install, and you want to go next. Standard install will be fine, but I always go custom, so I get to choose what I want and where I want to install it. You want to leave the icons on your desktop, so you've got an icon on the desktop. Go next, and install. It'll take a few seconds for it to install. Right, so you want to launch Thunderbird now. Right, so when you first start up your email account, you're going to be asked for your name. Mine's my dad's spelling. My email address, what we use for Gmail, and your password. By default, Thunderbird will automatically remember your password and click continue. It should find all your incoming and outgoing mail service that you need. Note here that it's also using SSL, which is secure socket layer. Basically, it will encrypt your email so it can't be read by anyone out in the outside world that's listening in. Okay, so let's create an account. Tell Thunderbird to be our also newsletter reporter as well. Okay, so that's Thunderbird. Okay, so now it's also downloaded an email from our Gmail account and downloaded it to our computer. So this email will be available to us at any time. There's also some other actions there. We can look at the source code for it, see where it's found, whatnot. There's also a reply. I can always also forward it to someone else. Better reply to an email, I'll just type up the top here. I notify the sender that I received their email, and I'll check on their website. Thank you. Alright, so once we've finished writing our email, send, connect to Gmail, and send the mail. So that's basically sending an email through Thunderbird. So that's our first email sent using Thunderbird. You can also go down to tools and options and configure some of the settings around here if you're feeling confident, along with your account settings as well. One of the things I like to change is the signature. You can have your own signature, something about me. A lot of people put their name or their business title or their phone number or email address, just so it comes up on the bottom of your emails. Another thing is on the server settings. Tell it to check your emails every minute or so. So if there's an urgent email comes in, you don't have to wait 10 minutes before it checks it all, and probably get rid of all your emails when you exit as well. Okay, so we go okay to that. Should save all the settings, and we can also write email, and notice how signature is down the bottom there. It also has spell check as well. The older version of Thunderbird didn't have spell check, so you had to be very careful what you typed. So there we have it. That's our first tutorial setting up Gmail in Thunderbird. So if you have any troubles, remember go to BITCS.com.au. You can shoot me an email there, or you can browse our forums, ring me for any kind of websites or other problems you may have. Check that in the training tab. There'll be other YouTube videos available in there as well. Thank you for listening.